What is going on, Built by Bai team? Thanks for checking out this week's Bendy with Bai stretch class. Today we are going to be doing a upper body cool down. So this is going to be something that you're going to be able to find consistently in the Built by Bai workout program. Tagged, it'll be saved here. And it's just going to be like, you guys, cool downs are so important. It's something that I know I neglected for a really long time, especially before I started taking my stretching, flexibility, mobility training better. But I know I'm performing better. I know that I have less injuries. I'm seeing better progress, and I'm just not getting all tightened up and can't move. So the whole point about like building muscles, you want to keep them healthy and moving in the ways that they're supposed to. So that is what today's class is designed for. Again, this is going to be an upper body cool down stretch class. So let's get into it. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to have us come into a seated position, and I kind of just want us to shake out our shoulders, maybe do some shoulder circles to get some movement, get some blood flow to the area, especially after we just hit that killer workout, whether you're doing like the push day, the pull day, whatever it was looking like for you today. I also just want you to rotate that head side to side, getting a nice stretch here through the neck. Beautiful. Maybe finish it off with some neck circles to go along with our shoulder circles. We're going to start with our chest, opening up that bigger muscle group first. So you're going to interlock your fingers. You're going to put those hands behind your head. And I want you to draw your elbows back as far as you can to open up your chest and take some big, deep breaths here. Today, we're going to be doing more of static stretching compared to active stretching, which is what we would want to do before our workouts. So just trying to keep that muscle nice and open. This is, again, really good, especially if you're working a desk job, if you're struggling with posture. Chest is one that typically gets shortened, so this is a really good one to implement regularly. But where you are activating it yourself, you might feel some pull between the shoulder blades, feeling those squeezing together. But again, I want you to feel that stretch here throughout our chest. Give me 3 more big breaths. Last one, biggest one. Beautiful. Shake it out, let it go. I know for me, like, I definitely feel that like increase of blood flow, especially as we're opening up those muscles. Moving on, I always have to check. We're going to do a cross-body shoulder stretch. So I think this is like just one of the safe go-tos. You know what I mean? This, you might feel it within your back a little bit, which is kind of nice, into the shoulder, maybe even into your tricep a little bit, especially if you were hitting those tricep exercises hard today. But created a nice little pull. And try it again, holding good posture. You can kind of move around through it because you guys, muscles are complex. Like, we do have muscle groups, but alignment is everything. Hello, how are you? Okay, brief intermission, but we're diving right back into that shoulder stretch. Go ahead and take that arm cross body to get a nice pull in the delt area. Then I know dumbbell shoulder press is my favorite, you guys. So every time I program those in there, it is for a reason, but this is a really good one to just help open up the shoulders. Shoulders are really complex, and they're a joint that it moves in all different ways. And so if we're not using all different ranges of motions within our shoulders, we're going to lose it. So that's why it's really important to make sure we're taking care of them. Go ahead and give me 2 more big breaths with this one. Let it go. As you're exhaling, try to pull a little deeper into that stretch. Beautiful. Go ahead and shake it out, even your neck. My neck is my favorite to shake out on all of them. Then let's go ahead and stretch that left arm. Go ahead and pull it cross body. You're just going to hook your right arm across your elbow to give it a good squeeze, making sure I'm not hiding the microphone. And then what I want you to do on this one is I want you to take your right ear to your right shoulder. And again, just creating more of a stretch into the trap, into the neck, into the shoulder, into this one. Make it a little bit more complex. And you get to choose the tension you go to. There's no reason to take you to a level of pain. Staying within, like, let's say 1 to 10 shoulders, we could probably, within this style of stretching, be around a 6 to a 7 on the higher end, but kind of just go to what feels comfortable for you. But pay attention if you feel like you're hiking your shoulder. We want to try to keep that shoulder in a more neutral, natural position instead of like being hiked up here. So go ahead and just pull that shoulder across, give it a nice squeeze. Every time that you exhale, maybe try to go a little deeper into it. Don't like be twisting. Stay forward with this one. Give me 2 more breaths. Pull a little deeper into it. Last one, biggest one here. Beautiful. Okay, shake that one out. Next, we're gonna do a front delt stretch. This is one of my favorites. So you're gonna put the hands in the small of your back here. So it's gonna be, I don't know, right above your hips, I guess. But go ahead and put your hands behind your back. They don't have to interlock. They don't have to link up or anything. Holding good posture. Now you're gonna just drive those elbows slightly forward, and you should feel a stretch throughout this area of your shoulder. Maybe you don't feel it evenly on both sides. That's totally fine, especially if you're right-handed, left-handed, you might feel it more on your dominant hand. I know for me, I feel a lot more in my right shoulder. So that is totally fine. The biggest thing that we're wanting to avoid with this stretch is we're pushing our elbows forward. We're not necessarily rounding through our shoulders. So sitting up nice and tall, drive those elbows forward, and you're gonna get a good, nice stretch throughout that shoulder. And oxygen is huge, making sure that you're getting a lot of oxygen to the muscles. It's also going to help you control your nervous system more so you can relax more into these positions. Because if you feel like you're tense and tight and uncomfortable, you're not going to see as good of progress and as good of results with stretching opposed to like being more relaxed into it. So hang out here for about 5 more seconds if you can. Again, holding that good posture, drive those elbows a little bit more forward. Long as 5 seconds. No personal trainer knows how to count, and shake it out. Beautiful. Shoulders are feeling really good. The next one that we're going to do is making sure that we're taking care of our tricep. Very typical stretch here. You're going to take this hand. Let's start with our right arm overhead, and you're just going to push down here on your elbow, creating a stretch. You might even feel it here into your back, into your lats a little bit, but ideally we're getting that stretch to feel here. You might need to push down more directly on your elbow. And we're not going to hang out here for super long. We're just getting a good stretch, help improve the blood flow, making sure that we're improving the recovery process because that's where you're going to see the results, my friends. Beautiful. Maybe push down a little more. Oh, goodness. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Go ahead and work on that left arm, pushing down on that elbow, sitting up nice and tall. Beautiful. Again, you're going to feel that stretch here throughout your tricep. We'll hang out here for about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Whew. I know, especially like with these like focus stretch classes, blood flow is pumping and we're feeling good, but it's going to help with muscle soreness. It's going to make sure that we're keeping our proper range of motion. All of these things are going to be very, very important. We're going to move on and just stretch out our sides a little bit here. Let's actually start with our right side. Plant that left hand to your, like next to your hip. We're going to send our right hand overhead. I want to make sure that we're keeping our right hip pressed down. We don't want to like roll into this one, but extend that arm overhead and get a good stretch all throughout that side. But again, we don't want to roll up into that hip. If you need to use that hand to like push yourself back into it, that'll be good and help us create a bigger stretch throughout our obliques, those side muscles. And just extend your right hand to the left wall by you. Beautiful. Same thing, plant that right hand next to your right hip. We're going to send that left hand over to the right wall. And getting a good stretch all throughout this area. So if you did the core add-on today, this will be a good one to help with recovery. And making sure that we're keeping our bodies very mobile. Okay, the last one that we're going to incorporate, we're going to make sure that we're stretching our wrists and our forearms. This is one especially like with grip strength. It'll really start to struggle if we're not making sure that we have the proper range of motion. So what I want us to do is come into a kneeling position. You're going to shift your weight forward and point your fingers towards your knees. Then we are going to lean back. I want you to find about a comfortable tension. I don't want it like with wrists. I don't want us going anywhere near like that 6-7 tension. let's probably hang out around a 3, 4, maybe a 5, but even just kind of sway back and forth to kind of hit the different angles and alignment of this stretch. You can do some circles and just bounce around through it. Good. Yeah, these are just a more delicate muscle, so we don't want to take it to too far of attention just because it's doing unnecessary damage. So just going to get some good blood flow to the area, stretch out the muscle, and making sure that we're keeping proper range of motion, especially with when you're lifting weights, like whatever day that you're doing. We do want to make sure that we're keeping our wrists stacked for the most part, and a lot of that can create a lot of tension and tightness throughout here. So this will be a good one. Hang out there for about 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Go ahead and give me some wrist circles to just take out any pressure from there. But that is our Built by Bai bendy stretch class for this week. It's going to be an upper body cool day, and you can find this one super consistently in the program. If you just click on the picture, it'll link it to you so that you make sure that you're recovering well, that you're seeing the best results, that you're getting stronger in the gym from all this like hard work that you're putting in. So I'm grateful for you guys. I hope you have the best day, and we'll talk soon.